Hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel and welcome to another video. And this video is going to be about a bunch of things, a bunch of games that are releasing. The year started out pretty slow for me. I think we only released Groundskeeper 2 on the Switch earlier this year and nothing else, as far as I remember. Things are changing. Literally today as I'm recording this, which is last Friday, Atari Meganoid is launching later today. I'm not sure yet how that all will happen and go because right now it's not launched, but by the time this video goes live, it's launched. And then Residual is launching on iOS and a couple of other things, a new game for the Switch. I'm going to talk about all those things, and I'm very excited that all these games are about to release because it's going to be a couple of hectic weeks from now on. I'm not sure what next week's video is going to be because they are about to start renovating our bathroom. That's gonna be crazy. Graham from the Discord was here like a month ago, 4 weeks, 5 weeks even. We had to give him some instructions on how to safely take a shower. It's not that dangerous, but we still... Anyway, Graham is back in South Africa by now, safe and sound. What? Have you been here all this time? Where have you... Intro. And let's just start this week's video with Residual finally coming to mobile. I've been testing this and working on this all week. Haragoshi, Nathan on the Discord, or Nathan Haragoshi on the Discord, help testing, and a couple of others tested on newer iPhone devices. I have like an iPad 2 which is getting dated, but if it runs on this, it should run on most iOS devices. So it's now at Apple. I'm doing one final test and then I'm submitting it. Then it's launching. It's going to be launching in September, so a few weeks from now. Android version is also coming, but I have contacted Apple and I'm trying to get some extra featuring for the game. Maybe they can put it like in a special list somewhere on the front page, or maybe even game of the day. They still do those things, which will be a front page, front and center, big thing on the front. More people will see it. I have a bigger chance of getting that if I haven't launched it on Android yet. Old rivalry between Google and Apple. Let's just go with it. So iOS version is going to be dropping first. This week I've improved a bunch of the touchscreen and I'll just show it on screen right now. So as you can see on the screen, there are not many controls required. Left, right, A button, X button, which is jump and use. And then we have two smaller buttons, which is basically open your inventory or open your visor. I'm very happy with how it all works and functions with just this small amount of buttons. And the placement is completely free to the player. They can be moved everywhere. Added a bunch of extra interface controls to the menu so that it's easier to scroll through menu items and pause menus and things like that. I finished my first planet, lifted off the planet, did all the missions and all that stuff, and it plays very sweet and very smooth. I'm very happy with it. I kind of didn't expect it, but there it is, Residual on mobile. It's coming. It also plays pretty fun on my Android phone, so don't worry, all versions are coming in September, early October for Android probably. It's coming, and let's hope Apple can give it some featuring here and there. If anybody from Apple and watching this video, please. Alright, moving on to the next game. The Atari VCS YouTube channel, and that's me. I got to take over their channel for a bit with a small little video talking about Meganoid, introducing myself, and yeah, pretty much talking about Meganoid, Orangepixel, upcoming games, Atari, all that stuff. So check that out. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Hi, that's me. So Meganoid is now available on Atari. And there are more games coming. That's the first one, but I already have Space Grunts, Gunslugs, Heroes of Loot, and a lot of other games, but these are ready to put in testing, which is done by Discord community on Atari, a couple of people. They will test the game. Pretty much I know they are running because these are the builds that are also released on Switch, so code base is pretty much the same. they're coming in the next couple of months. We will be rolling out more games. Atari releases coming up the rest of the year. That brings me to one more game that will also come to Atari, and I think it will be a perfect fit because I'm currently testing that one on Switch, new Switch game. And that brings me to the third game that's probably going to be released somewhere in September, October as well. And that is Snake Gore. Alright, so let me just turn down the volume. Snake Gore is going to be our next Switch release. And I say our next release because I create all the games for PC and mobile. I do that in Java. And then Serious Lion on the Discord takes that code, turns it into a monogame version and releases them, or we release them on Switch. Hopefully still coming Xbox and PlayStation. But that's long term because it's a lot more difficult to release on those things and a lot more work to get it all up and running. This version will also come to Atari, and I know I could write all my games in monogame and then that would be probably easier, but I'm very much used to Java. I'm very into it, and every time I release a game and start on the next one, I don't want to learn a bunch of new things. I also like the cooperation with Serious Lion. It's like I'm not Orangepixel alone anymore. There's somebody there, and together we're taking these games to a lot of other devices, which is pretty cool, and it works like that for us. So let us do our thing. Also, there has been some confusion. People think that Serious Lion does all the stuff for consoles. How it works is pretty much he takes my code, turns it into monogame code that runs somewhat, semi-runs or looks like it's running. Then he gives me a build. I'll test it, and I have a bunch of things that aren't running as they should. I'll also figure out where to look for those things, if possible, in the Java version. And then he starts to fix those things, and I test it again. I'll look through things, and once it's done and we think it's a perfect version, we submit it to Nintendo. That's something that I do on the back end of Nintendo. I have to set up the game, I have to set up all the information, details, screenshots, videos. 2 videos, I have to remake those videos because they need to have a Switch intro thingy. The American version needs to have the rating first for 2 seconds, then a Switch slate, which is that Switch logo. I'll show it here. Then the video, and then an end slate that shows the game, the Switch eShop, and the Orangepixel brand. And there are rules to all those things. And the videos I usually do in one go, and they are mostly accepted on the first try. Every now and then something needs changing, but most of them are accepted on the first try. The rest of the information and uploading the build and all that stuff usually takes a couple of tries and a lot of time. So setting up one game on Nintendo's backend probably takes me like 1 or 2 afternoons in total. And of course, between those things are days and sometimes weeks waiting for Nintendo to reply and test and come back to us. And it's a long process. So even if the game would be ready by the time you're watching this video, it will probably take 1 or 2 months before the game is released, because it just is a slow process on consoles. But that is sort of the process of how we release games on Switch. I thought that would be interesting for this video. I've been all over the place this week. I've also been working on Regulator City. That's still going on. Maybe I'll do a devlog next week. Because like I said, the next following couple of weeks, hopefully at the max 3 weeks, they'll be renovating the bathroom, which is just a few doors here from the studio. So I'll probably be working downstairs to avoid all the sound and noise. And hopefully I'll get stuff done. And hopefully I'll have some time somewhere in the week to record a video. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna show you the bathroom. Just a little warning. I think the bathroom originally was created in like late 70s, early 80s. So originally brown tiles, and now they're painted over white, and the floor is suddenly blue. And it's very messy. It has a bathtub that we don't really use. It's just clumsy. It's gonna look awesome in a couple of weeks. For you, that's just gonna be a couple of videos, and I'll show you the results. But for now, this is what it looks like right now. Alright, so our studio is over here, and then we have a door. This is the terrible 80s, 70s bathroom. It's not huge, but we managed to do everything in here. Terrible looking bathtub. The walls, this is crumbling. All the paint has been crumbling off these stones. It's gonna be completely redone. This bath is gonna go, and it's gonna be just one open shower. This is gonna be a double sink, so, or 2 faucets and 1 bigger sink, a much better radiator, bigger modern tiles, and this wall is also gonna go. So next week, this already should be a big improvement over what it is right now. So yeah, Meganoid on Atari, Residual coming, and Snake World Switch, and they better sell very well, because doing that bathroom is gonna cost a lot of money. Bathrooms are expensive. It's just anyway, I'll keep you updated, and I'll probably show some update photos and things like that on Discord, so drop by there if you want to see how it all evolves. And hopefully next week there will be another video, something, a couple of minutes maybe, or maybe longer. I have no idea. It all depends on how all this will go in the next coming weeks, and how much energy I have left with all the noise and sound day in, day out. Alright, see you next week, probably, maybe, hopefully. Yeah, bye!